I'm getting odd Crimson Peak vibes. I really didn't think I'd ever think about that movie again.
Ooh, that's a hot mug, guy.
Hey guys, this is my review for Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, starring Oscar Isaac and Jacob Elordi. This is a movie that I was very, very excited to get a chance to see in the theaters. Regardless of whether the movie is good or bad, Del Toro makes movies that are very fun to watch at the theater. And this movie is no exception. The color and the costume design and just the overall art direction of this movie is Del Toro to a peak. It is wonderful. It is very visually stimulating, sometimes to a ridiculous degree. There's some outfits in this that are just like, all right, that's a bit much. The film is another adaptation of a story that has been adapted a billion times. So why should you spend your time watching this, considering it's 2.5 hours long? I will say, first off, Oscar Isaac is fantastic as Victor Frankenstein. This is probably one of my favorite portrayals of Frankenstein, mainly because it really does show how him and his monster fell apart. This utter dedication, insanity, and absolute want to prove his father wrong, like Victor Frankenstein has daddy issues, to the degree of wanting to cheat death. And when he finally does it, when he actually gets what he has so sought after, he does not know what to do next. He has no plan after it. And that is so well done in this movie. The beginning of half of the movie is really fun, especially seeing all the scenes that are in Scotland, because I just missed them when I went out to Scotland last year. They had just finished filming in Edinburgh, so that was really cool. I recognized exactly where they were. Along the way, he is interacting with all these different characters. Christoph Waltz, who is this arms dealer who is financing Frankenstein's mission, but for his own reasons. We also meet Frankenstein's brother and his wife, played by Mia Goth, who is very, very well suited for this movie. Like, bet if he couldn't get her, he would have got whoever played the elf sister in The Golden Army, I bet you. Throughout all of this, Oscar Isaac is absolutely fucking killing it. He makes drinking a glass of milk look so fucking pompous and yet so gentlemanly at the same time. A standout performance in this movie, as well as Jacob playing Frankenstein. This movie is kind of two halves. One half is Frankenstein, the other half is the monster. And the monster has a pretty Del Toro-like story in this film. Weird, whimsical fantasy with spurts and driblets of intensely brutal violence. That's Del Toro to a T, almost. And this movie is talking about how one character is seeking to cheat death while the other is seeking to find death. It's their endless drives for opposites that is bringing them together, despite the fact that they are polar opposites. Now, I do have some complaints about this movie, though. It is 2.5 hours long, and I really do feel you feel that. There are parts in the movie where things move very, very quickly, like to a, oh shit, that was fast degree, while others are dragging on so fucking long you almost wish that you could just be like, could you move along? These slow moments don't happen too often, but they do drag and they do feel kind of unnecessary. I almost want to say that this movie is maybe 20 minutes too long. That might be a little bit generous, that might be a little bit over, but I really do feel like this movie has too much length to it. I actually almost want to say I would have liked it as a mini-series, or a limited series, like 4 episodes. The other complaint I have is that a lot of stuff is very on the nose. Insanely on the nose. I mentioned the milk thing earlier, very much so. There are other aspects in terms of characters' maturity, their connections to one another, the very, very blatant foreshadowing that happens throughout this movie. It's a little bit more in your face than Del Toro usually does. Sometimes he does go this far and it's okay, and other times it's a little bit like, okay, I get it, Gamilio. I get it. This time I feel like he kind of over justifies certain aspects of the movie and attempts to have this very underhanded but very obvious message. And there was an interview that Del Toro did about how Victor and his want to cheat death and to create his monster is very much like CEO tech bros and their want to create more intrusive and more powerful AIs, despite the fact that there will probably be severe consequences of it.
Now, run.
Overall, Frankenstein is fun. It's got a great new visual twist onto the story. And there are people who will really, really like this movie. I'm not one of them, but I know people will. My wife had some really great points about this movie. She liked it. And like I said, it's not for me particularly. I do see where people will really like it. So in the end, I'm going to give Del Toro's Frankenstein a 4 out of 7. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was happy to see it on the big screen. I wouldn't really care to ever see it again. And if you have a chance to, I would very much recommend it because this movie will be nowhere near as good on a TV screen. But those are all from me, guys. Let me know what you thought about this movie. And if you like this review, leave a like. And if you're interested in more, subscribe. And until then, see you guys next time.